perhaps some interesting news from DC. Should Marvel be worried if this is true? And there might be some Doctor Strange news. I don't know, maybe. Watch.
It's late in the evening, glass on the side.
Hello and welcome back to Film Smart. Recently we heard from Nikki Finke, the founder of Deadline, that DC had some big plans for Comic-Con. Here's the slate they were going to announce. In May 2016, we're going to get Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. And in July of 2016, we're going to get Shazam. And in Christmas of 2016, Sandman. May 2017, Justice League. July 2017, Wonder Woman. Christmas 2017, Flash and Green Lantern Team Up. And May 2018, Man of Steel 2.
Mm-hmm. So that pretty much confirms that Batman v Superman is not, or Batman vs. Superman, is not Man of Steel 2. Mm-hmm. To people who were wondering whether or not that was going to be Man of Steel 2, because we had no idea if that really was a Man of Steel sequel, which it clearly isn't. It's kind of a little hybrid thing.
Yeah, just like a follow-up. It doesn't necessarily build on... I mean, so do you think it's not going to really build on Superman as much? Since it's not really a sequel?
Well, I think it definitely will build on him because of the effects of Man of Steel with the General Zod coming. Lex Luthor is mad about Metropolis. Batman's mad about Metropolis, and maybe a satellite too. So I think there will be effects of it because
Well, let's talk about some of the other ones. What are your thoughts on Shazam?
That's exciting. I hope that Shazam is connected to the actual DC cinematic universe with Superman and everything, because he fits in with the Justice League more. I mean, it makes more sense just to have him in there, because by himself, really, people always say it's better to sell off these different groups to by themselves, but people like to have people connected, because Shazam isn't exactly the most popular character ever made. But you put him with DC, people are like,
oh, I know him.
Yeah, and not just like DC, but like DC connected to Man of Steel. Like when they see a Marvel thing, nobody knows who Doctor Strange is, but when they see the Marvel thing, they'll be like, okay, I'm going to see that movie now. Same thing with Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man, Miss Marvel, Black Panther. Those are all characters that people will go flock out to see because of the Marvel name. So the same thing can happen for Shazam, because he isn't exactly the most widely known. I don't think if I ask people around town who's their favorite character, most of them are not going to say Shazam.
And then if they do know him, they're going to know him from that TV show where he was called Captain Marvel. So it's kind of a lose situation in that regard.
Then this makes the third movie in 2016 from DC is Sandman, and that's supposed to have Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
He's attached. I don't know if he's going to be the lead or not. I just know he's producing, or I think he might be writing or something.
And I think out of all these, is the least likely to be attached to the DC Cinematic Universe, because Sandman is just kind of darker. He's different. I mean, they could attach him. I mean, in the comic books, although is he attached?
I think
he
might be Vertigo.
Books? Yeah, he's Vertigo. So, so he probably won't be connected. I think it's a pretty safe bet to say.
But DC did buy Vertigo. But
Sandman.
I mean, I think he doesn't really. There's no purpose for him to be connected. I don't think. And then just look. I mean, if you look at the rest of the movies, it doesn't actually look like he would have any purpose to be connected. I think, and he doesn't seem like franchise material. It doesn't seem like he's gonna have a trilogy out of there
to them. It just, although it would be smart on their part to maybe connect him, because, like I said with Shazam, more people go see it because nobody knows who Sandman is. So maybe now more people will go see it if they knew it was connected to the cinematic universe, to see, how does this affect that? So maybe.
And then the first one in 2017 is Justice League,
which is in May, from what Nikki says. So that seems like they're filming back to back with Batman v Superman. And then July of that year, everybody makes fun of him. Wonder Woman coming out. A lot of people.
Everybody's always saying Marvel's got a talking raccoon in this, and DC doesn't have Wonder Woman yet. Well, now you got her.
And that's only 3 years from now.
I mean, I'm excited for Wonder Woman. I'm really excited. I've become a bigger fan of her over the years.
It is actually... I didn't even think about this, actually. When you think about it, Justice League, Wonder Woman's going to be in Justice League, obviously. But then 2 months later, she's going to have her own movie. If this is true, that's kind of interesting to think, because Marvel doesn't do things like that. I think the shortest period of time they've had between a character and a movie was like Captain America and then the first Avengers, and I think that was like 10 months.
Ooh.
So this would only be 2 months between.
I think they're trying to do the Avengers effect to get more box office for Thor and Captain America and all that. Which Wonder Woman, she's gonna get her little spin-off.
Yeah, she better be positively received. Because she's gonna be in Batman v Superman for probably not very much, but I'm sure she's gonna play a large role in Justice League, and then obviously she's gonna play a huge role in her own movie. So Gal Gadot better bring it because she's the real deal now.
Mm-hmm.
And then, really, out of all of these, is probably the most exciting for me is Christmas 2017 is Flash and Green Lantern team-up movie, which I think is a perfect idea because you have Green Lantern who came from that garbage with Ryan Reynolds. Not because of Ryan Reynolds, but he was in the garbage. And if you're covered in garbage, if you're what is the term? If you sweep up the garbage, you're probably going to get some on your feet. So he's got a little garbage on his feet. I altered that. I think there's some cursing in the actual term. But something like that. But and then Flash is getting his show, so I think it's the best thing to not just have, because actually I think it might cause less confusion if you have the Flash TV show and then just a Flash movie. If you have a Flash TV show and then you're like, okay, well now he's in this cinematic universe with Green Lantern. And that's another thing I just realized. Flash and Green Lantern will most likely be in the Justice League, and when you think about it, that's characters that you will have seen before not that long ago in the same year, which isn't a bad thing, but it's just interesting that they would have them so close.
I think they know that they need to have them because they're expecting Justice League to be this big. I mean, it's going to be like the ultra advertisement for the solo movies. I think Warner Brothers isn't in the business of making movies like Marvel. They want big movies. I think Warner Brothers, they want blockbusters, like serious 600, 700 million. And that's why I think they want to do Justice League closer to the first. They don't want to have all of these low, like how Captain America, they didn't make a ton. Now they did Thor. I think Marvel, they needed you to get familiar with the character before Avengers.
So now when they have Captain America, he's made 700 million.
So yeah, Warner Brothers is doing that same thing with Wonder Woman. We're going to see her 2 times before we even see the Wonder Woman movie.
So I think and this is really getting me excited about the DC universe because for a while, I mean, I was excited about Batman v Superman and the Justice League movie, but I didn't know when Justice League was even coming out. Exactly. It was hard for me to really get excited. And if this is really true, I'm really excited. And Flash and Green Lantern, I think out of all of these movies, is the one I'm really intrigued because it's a team-up movie. And even Marvel, which had Captain America and Black Widow and Falcon kind of team-up thing, they haven't really done a movie where it's an actual just team-up movie. I guess you could say Batman v Superman could be.
Yeah, that's going to be a.
But that might be a versus
too.
Yeah, so it will be a versus because Batman versus Superman. And then the last one, Man of Steel 2. A lot of people around the internet are making jokes about 5 years after the first one, or saying it'll be coming out. Everybody thought Batman v Superman was going to be the sequel, but it's not. So I mean, Man of Steel 2 sounds cool. It's probably the one I'm least excited about.
Yeah, how everybody knows how much I love Man of Steel. I mean, I'm excited for the sequel, but look at all these other ones. Yeah, with all these new big things. Yeah, big shiny characters.
Yeah, because I mean, at least when you hear Shazam, it's like, ooh, what's going to be like? What's going to be cool? Shazam. We've never seen Shazam.
I hope Superman is in the Shazam movie. I'm sorry, I love Superman. I hope he's in all of the movies.
Flash, we've never seen him on the big screen. Wonder Woman, we've never seen. So there's a lot of intrigue.
Green Lantern, we just don't have to remember.
Yeah, so really, we've never seen Green Lantern on the big screen, right? Justice League, we've never seen them on the big screen. Batman and Superman together, we've never seen on the big screen. So Man of Steel 2 is cool. Oh, and I guess the
cool.
Sandman, I don't really care about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to see it, I guess.
I would see it, but I don't really know.
Only if it looks really good.
I don't know who Sandman is, to be to be honest.
We know, I mean, like, I know a little bit, but I really don't even know his story.
See, I don't even know 0%. So
I just know what he looks. I mostly know what he looks like.
Yeah.
So,
but I know about Shazam. I know about Wonder Woman. I know about Flash, and these are all like characters I really like. And I love Flash and Green Lantern together. And the only other team up I would love to see is a Green Lantern and Green Arrow, based off the comic series. I think it was from the 70s. One of the greatest comic series DC's ever done.
They have some rich material to work with.
Yeah. Some movies that are missing from here that I would have liked to see would be, which if this is true, and I'm sure they're going to be down the line, but I wish it was attainable more. If we saw Batman, I really want a Batman movie, another one, and a Green Arrow movie, are two movies that I'd really like to see. And I'd like a Black Lightning movie. That'd be pretty cool too. But really, Batman and Green Arrow. Ooh, if they did like a Batman Green Arrow team up,
that would be awesome. That would just be awesome.
But yeah, them, a Black Lightning. I don't think anybody was expecting a Cyborg movie because nobody cares. But obviously he'll be in Justice League. And I wouldn't be surprised if he showed up in Wonder Woman or Flash and Green Lantern.
Yeah, I'm not so much Wonder Woman, but...
Maybe Flash and Green Lantern would show. Or, no, I think he would show up in Man of Steel 2.
Oh, yeah, he could definitely show up in
that.
that. Probably wouldn't be able to do much, but...
Yeah.
Man of Steel, I mean, with Zod, ooh.
Real quick, let's just discuss the Wonder Woman thing. If the movie, would it take place, do you think it would be like a... Do you think these movies would be prequels or afterwards?
After.
Yeah.
I think... Man, I don't know.
I mean, there probably would be flashbacks, I'm sure.
They could, so they could somewhat explain her origin. I mean, since I'm down on Batman versus... Well, they are filming in the South Pacific, so we will probably see Themyscira. So, I mean, I was just thinking they could do her actual origin story and just have the origin story, but they could also have it where it just sets up a villain and then it goes to present time where that villain finally comes out of the forest or something. I don't know. But where it finally comes to fruition where that she has to fight him. I mean, that's what they could do. Yeah. And then with all of them, they could do that. And
the source who brought this up also, they were saying, like the Avengers, there will be cameos of superheroes for future installments, and the cameos will include Cyborg and Flash and Green Lantern, not played by Ryan Reynolds, thank God, they said, may be introduced, and maybe an Aquaman, and on the cast, or not, was it cast list? I don't know what you call it.
What would call it? A casting? It was a casting place. They had like a little list.
Yeah, and Martian Manhunter was on there, right?
So it was Darkseid and Maxwell Lord, which kind of sounds Justice League Mortal-ish, which I hope they stay as far away from as possible. But the only thing that doesn't make it sound Justice League Mortal is Darkseid.
By the way, Justice League Mortal, for you people who don't know, is a movie, I think it was supposed to come out in 2006.
Yeah, 2006.
I'm so tired of all these 20s. Yeah, 2006. Same year as Superman Returns. It was supposed to be a separate universe from the Superman Returns universe with Justice League, and it was terrible and failed and just god awful.
Yeah, there was like a writer's strike before they were going into production.
And you can look up the script, and it's god awful.
Yeah, but no need.
So thank God it didn't get made. But yeah, this is all. A lot of people are saying this is in the realm of New 52. So yeah, so these characters, Martian Manhunter, Aquaman, Darkseid, Maxwell Lord, could all be introduced. Hopefully, I pray to God, Green Arrow will be brought in because he's one of my favorites.
I don't know if I want him from the cinematic. I mean, from the TV, but
oh no, I'm not saying we need to have a Stephen Amell Green Lantern.
Even though I do love Arrow.
Yeah, but I want a Green Arrow, nevertheless, whoever it is.
They also said that the whole delay. What did they say it was for? That visual complexity or something of the project, they had to whatever BS they spouted at us. Basically, she also came out and said that it was delayed so that the story could be tweaked to help set up Justice League for Batman vs Superman. So I mean, you know that they were covering up for something visual so that they could fully realize. Oh, that's BS. Don't even try to
fully realize the script works.
I love you, DC, but you need help. You need on those excuses.
Yeah, that's some BS, and I don't know. I guess people bought it because they had no choice. But now we're like, yeah, that was clearly bull crap. But yeah, this is all very exciting. I am really excited for DC because I'm one of those people who I like Marvel and DC, and sometimes I lean a little bit more towards Marvel, but I think I'm pretty equal on this side now because I've loved both sides a lot. So I'm excited. I'm hugely excited for Marvel. But they've already established themselves. We know what they're doing. Yeah. DC they're starting themselves.
Yeah, it's going to be a journey.
I feel like it's the beginning of Marvel because back when Marvel was started, we were a lot younger and we didn't really understand what was going on. Now we can understand. We get how older folks were getting really excited for Marvel. So yeah, I'm definitely. The same thing with Star Wars too. So this is an exciting time for movie fans.
Age of Ultron, the age of DC. Yeah. This is the age of comic books. If you're a fan of comic books, you're so lucky to be alive.
Yeah. So Yeah, so I'm really excited about this. And our other topic today, which we'll probably spend about 10 seconds on, is the director for Doctor Strange.
Scott Derrickson.
I almost forgot his name. I did forget his name.
Just like
Scott,
Peyton Reed.
Yeah, Scott Derrickson, who has done films like Sinister and other films that I can't remember. Yeah, he's going to be doing Doctor Strange, which actually, I was excited when I heard it before this DC news came out, of course. I was excited about him directing it because it actually made Doctor Strange real. Because, you know, they said Stephen Strange in Captain America, spoiler alert, said it already, sorry. And we kind of knew Doctor Strange was coming, but now we know the actual director, so it really is... It's real now.
And yeah, it's interesting that they chose a director who's known for horror movies. Like pretty much every single movie.
Which actually kind of makes sense because Doctor Strange is in that magic. He's not horror, but he's kind of in that realm where you can bring a horror thing. And some of his villains are creepy.
And I'm hoping they're not doing a blockbuster necessarily because he did The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Oh, God, he did that?
Yep.
Okay, well...
This is another time right now in this little, like, window of where Marvel's finally had a little hiccup or, like, where they finally have fell a little bit, where I'm just like, neither of the directors they chose for Ant-Man, and I don't care about either.
I hope these turn out good, because, I mean, Captain America, with their directors, Anthony and Joe Russo, Community guys, Arrested Development guys, you know, you're like, who are these people? And they did an amazing job with
obviously, we can see that.
So... I mean, who knows? Maybe Payne Reed or Scott Derrickson get lucky. Maybe just because you haven't had great projects in the past doesn't mean you can't have a great one coming
Very
forward.
many not great.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that we also have to remember just because you've done bad doesn't mean you can't do good. I mean, Cuba Gooding Jr. has an Oscar, so and so does Halle Berry. So let's remember some of these people who had Nicolas Cage has been nominated a few times. So I mean, let's remember some of the people who have had great success in the past, or maybe could have it in the future. So, you know, let's just keep that in mind. I think that's all the stories we have today. Was there anything else we wanted to add, Josh?
Nope, not really.
So, yeah, Nikki Finke's back into the... This is going to bring her back out of the woodwork.
Yeah, her scoop.
Yeah, her many
blew
scoops.
The internet up.
Yeah. But, yeah, this is very exciting for DC fans, comic book fans, movie fans of all types. And studios, they're Warner Brothers studios.
Oh, yeah, Warner Brothers.
They can just smell the money coming.
Yeah, I was going to say, Kevin Tsujihara is just going to be showering. He's going to turn his shower on and just bills.
I mean, all these together, I think is pretty much guaranteed at least $3 billion. Just all together, at least. And then who knows how much. I mean, Sandman's not going to make that much, but Man of Steel 2 is going to make a buttload. Wonder Woman, I'm sure, is going to make a decent amount. Flash Green Lantern's going to make a
just think about
amount.
it.
Batman v Superman, buttload. Justice League, buttload.
If all of these, if Justice League is a huge hit, and that goes wild in the billion, and just imagine Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, Man of Steel. They did this strategically. They know that these characters that they might not make big money on their own. I mean, Man of Steel 2, that comes way after, but because that comes in a whole other year. But I think, Wonder Woman, they're really going to boost
And if these movies do well, and I'm sure they're going to get sequels, and if they do well, that brings the option of doing a Green Arrow movie. I hope to God, Green Arrow movie. Green Arrow movie, an Aquaman movie.
Yeah,
I really hope
Aquaman.
A Black Lightning movie. I mean, this can open the door to some really cool characters that maybe they are afraid to do movies of. Although I don't think they should be afraid of an Arrow movie because it's not popular. The show isn't popular for CW. It's a popular show.
Yeah.
And I think they can make a decent amount of money, especially since people tend to like archery with the Hunger Games.
Yeah, the Hunger. They can really play off of that.
Hawkeye and Avengers. So I think they can do well, and I think Marvel finally has some competition aside because I mean Sony they have one character, so even if Spider-Man did make $700 million with last time and probably will this time too, he has one character where Marvel has a bunch of characters and a team up movie, so Sony can only do so much, and I'm so tired of them.
Yeah,
I hate that. I just hate their.
I don't even want the rights to go back to Marvel. I just want the rights to die.
I just want Spider-Man to go away.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to use I respect Spider-Man as a character. He's cool, but that movie does rub me off the wrong way. And I even liked Electro. I liked him as a character. God dang, that movie sucked.
I know. I hyped it up to everybody.
It's terrible. I think I'm just reading something that said Amazing Spider-Man 3 pushed back to undisclosed
Thank God.
2017 date. And Fox, hopefully they can bring some competition. I'm getting excited about them with their X-Men franchise.
Oh yeah, I think everybody's happy about Fox.
And
now.
Fox, at least, they have multiple properties now. You know, they got X-Men, X-Force, Fantastic Four, Deadpool. You can do a lot of stuff with them. So Fox, Marvel, and Warner Brothers. Get excited for them. Screw Sony. All right. That's the end of the show. Like, subscribe, comment.
Share our video with your friends, family, everybody.
Maybe we'll write some extra stuff on the blog. It's been a couple months. And as always, stay